Edward here from ERViewer.com. I have another video for you. I'm continuing along with these ARV experiments. Again, ARV is associative remote viewing. It's where you associate an answer to a feedback photo. And so typically it's yes or no, or A or B. Typically ARV is used for sports betting. Will this team win or whatever? But I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in applying this to some big questions, and I figured I'd be done after a few, but they just keep getting more interesting as the answers that I keep getting are not the answers that I'm expecting. And I'm not saying that these are accurate. I'm not saying that these questions, the answers are true. I'm just exploring and going by the experience that I'm having and looking at the answer, and it's making me more curious and making me want to go further and further and further. So this was no exception. So as I was thinking about what question do I want to ask, and kind of what piques my interest, and kind of stories that I'm kind of looking at and following recently, and one of them has to do with the Large Hadron Collider at CERN. And CERN is a giant facility in Switzerland that harbors the largest, most sophisticated machine ever built by man, the Large Hadron Collider, where they are smashing particles together, different types of particles, at just under the speed of light, in order to, they're doing all kinds of amazing experiments over there. Trying to recreate the conditions right after the Big Bang, and finding the Higgs boson particle, and all these other things, exotic particles that they're finding, and all these things that they're doing over there. But some people are claiming that these experiments that they're doing, as they continue to ramp up more energy into this and upgrade it, and it's getting faster, and different types of particles, all these different things, but that these experiments are somehow affecting the Earth's magnetic field, that these experiments are somehow causing earthquakes to happen. There's even some people stating that during these experiments and right after these experiments, earthquakes took place. Fluctuations were seen in the Earth's magnetic field and that kind of thing. Some people are debunking it, some people are saying it's true. I don't know, but I'm so fascinated by the Large Hadron Collider and what they're doing. It piques my curiosity, and what is going on there? What ramifications are these types of experiments having? Apparently Stephen Hawking has put out some warnings about potential bad things happening with what they're doing. I don't know. I'm not sure, but I wanted to kind of put that to the test with ARV. So I call this project 2072. Question was, are the experiments being done with the Large Hadron Collider at CERN causing earthquakes? If they are, if it's a yes, I'll describe image A. If it's no, if they're not, then I'll describe image B. And so again, Dustin knew. I sent him a text saying that I had a question. Could he pick some targets? He said yes. Again, he did not know what the question was. He had the envelope sealed. Someone else labeled them, so he didn't know which one was A and B and that kind of thing. But here he is opening. After I had done the session, I sent him an image of the whiteboard. He said there was a match, and here he is opening the envelopes.
My name is Dustin Newcomb. I am analyzing Edward Reardon's session 2072. It is Wednesday, November 30th, 10:41 p.m. And I have an image from the session that he texted me, so I'm trying to get the glare off of that. What stuck out for me in this session were virtually all of his descriptors: white, gray, steamy, wet, shiny, glossy, reflective, silver, patterned. The descriptors of metallic, shiny, edged, angular box on top of something moist, patterns, and this idea of cargo. So we're gonna start with envelope A. A couple pages here. A is Coco the gorilla. Another image of Coco and her kitten. Envelope B. B is the Maersk Viking deep water drill ship. So in my estimation for ARV session 2072, the target was B.
So if we can go by any sense of accuracy in the sessions, where there was something metal, it was moist and wet, and all these kinds of things, it would point towards the ship. So if it's true, if an actual remote viewing has taken place, and an answer was provided, then we would say that no, the Large Hadron Collider, the experiments being done over there are not causing earthquakes. So that's kind of interesting. I mean, the interesting thing about this, what's piquing my curiosity isn't just getting the answers to these questions, possibly, and again, I'm not making any claims, but it's the idea that there is a fabric of the universe, an aspect of our own being. Like in my own explorations, it's who are we below the threshold barrier? Who are we below the threshold of awareness? In my opinion, again, who we are is who we are beyond those realms, and in this limited realm is just a small aspect of ourselves. But over on that, beyond that barrier is who we truly are, and we are connected to, in my opinion, connected to the fabric of the universe, formulating the reality in which this part of ourselves exists in. And so I believe that in that realm we do know the answers to these things. And so that's what keeps me continuing to explore this. And again, it's like going down the rabbit hole, and making contact with something. And that's what's interesting to me. So I hope you find that interesting as well, and many, many more to come. Tuesday, November 29th, 2:25. This is project 2072. Question is, are the experiments being done with the Large Hadron Collider at CERN causing earthquakes? If they are, I will describe image A. If they are not, I will describe image B. So that's the question. I want to know if the experiments that they're doing with the Large Hadron Collider at CERN, are those experiments causing earthquakes to happen? That's what I want to know. If the answer is yes, I'm going to describe image A. If the answer is no, I'll describe image B. Dustin has already selected the targets. He does not know what the question is. I want to know if CERN, if the Large Hadron Collider, is the Large Hadron Collider causing earthquakes? I want to describe the image associated with the true answer. The true answer. The true answer. (2072). Inside, around, flat, dense, smooth, wet, moist, hairy, dense, outside, out, in, above. This is an idea. Carrying. As if something on top of something. That's the idea. Seven 2072. Green flowing. Echoes, 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 vertical, stony, edged, echoes. Oh man, it's just like echoes. Echoes. What do I mean by that? Keep going here. 2072. 2072. Green flowing. Flowing. Edged. Inside tubular. Fancy. Fancy feels like displacement. It feels like an element of the second of a different target. I want to describe the target. Describe the target that is associated with the true answer. True answer. 2072. White, gray, steamy, edged, wet, moist, green, vertical, vertical. I am getting something on top here. Shiny, glossy, reflective, shiny. Shiny silver, edged. Hang on now. I'm not feeling. Let me see. What do I got here? 2072, 2072. Inside. Wait a minute. Patterned. Like a reflective. This is kind of a random thought. Cargo. Reminds me of a bug's eyes. Yeah. Moist. Alright, we'll have to see on this one. Metallic and shiny. Metallic, shiny, edged, angular. A shiny metal box. All right.